Okay, so tell the story about when you met your
Yes. My current boyfriend, do y'all know that guy who says current husband on Reel? On Insta? Oh, I'll have to send to you. He's so cute. He's like either Colombian or like a little Hispanic guy. And he's like, well, my current husband, he's gay. He's just like talks about all this stuff, but he got like merch that says current husband. So it's like cute.
That is cute.
Anyway, my current boyfriend, I was out of state. I was in Louisiana, not same night, but I'm just saying like same as you. Didn't you meet him at New Orleans?
Bourbon Street thing.
Oh boy, yeah, okay. I was at Golden Nugget, and it was back when I was teaching, way back when, and we had the whole Christmas break off. So I was like, let's go to Golden Nugget, whatever. And I went with another guy. And I go there, the guy's like annoying me, like.
Yeah, she was with another boyfriend.
You were with a boyfriend at the time. He was annoying you?
I wouldn't say we were together. He knew we weren't together. I'll say that. I told him if we go on this little shindig, we're going for fun, we're not together. Okay. So he knew this. Everyone. Okay. Every judgy mother. Okay, so yeah, I went with this guy and we go. I end up running to friends that I have friends from like back when I would bartend or this, that, and the other, just work industry. And I met up with them and I was like, dude, this guy is annoying me. Like, let's just like us do a thing. Like us like go around and like just have fun and whatever. I wasn't going to ditch, but I was just saying I'm glad there was like other people to make it more fun. Oh, okay. Because I was carrying the fun with the weight on my back of the
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was nice. It was like, okay, there's more people that I actually know, like small circle like it was crazy. This was my ex-fiancé. Not at the time. I don't think we were engaged. Anyway, whatever. Push comes to shove. I go out, I see friends. I'm like, hell yeah. Now we can have fun. Like now these are people who are fun, who I want to be around, this, that, and the other. And so we link up with them. We do other things. Like, I guess you just like drink in Louisiana. Like that's all there to do. Yeah, drink. So we were like drinking, gambling. And I hear like this whole table laughing, like a whole table. And I was like, who is making this table laugh? Like, and it was like a few times, like everyone's like busting out laughing. Yeah. And I was like, who's funnier than me here?
Yeah,
like, seriously. Like, who is my equal here? Like, I have to meet this person that's making literally everyone laugh. Like, who is this? So I like go around. I guess it was like, you know, you just can't see shit. Like, you go around and I saw him and I was like, who is it? And like, I saw him and I was like, dude, like, I'm sure I initiated because I'm like that. Like, if I see something that I like or want, I'll go and say, like, I have no shame at all. So I went up and I was like, dude, who are you? Like, what's your name? Like, we have to meet, whatever. We go off. Like, I just Tinder swindle him. To like, go off to another park because I'm like, now I ditched the guy I came with and the friends that I like saw that I knew. So I ditched now the multiple groups. And so I went with him. We went to the bar, this, that, and the other. And like, it was just so easy. Like, when I tell you, like, being someone who's social and funny and whatever, like, it's hard to find people, men or whatever, who are like the same vibe. It's either normally like guys who are less funny and will be like, whatever you want. Like a whatever you want guy. Like that's an easy guy. That's a great guy. That's not the guy
unattractive guy.
Yeah. That's not the guy for me at all. Like, I need someone who's combative, dominant, this, that, the other. Like, anyway, it was just, he matched my everything. We had literally the best night. Like, we found out we're not even in Texas. We found out his parents lived like 20 minutes, 30 minutes from me. He lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and came down for holiday. I'm like, this is literally like crazy. Like, I met you because you said, yes, you have a free room. Like, his parents were like, come through, like, whatever. Like, I don't know. And so then we did like long distance for a little bit. Flew me out to Georgia a few times. He would come back here. Like, it'd be like weekends. Again, I was teaching, so I had my weekends. And dude, it was just fun. It was like the most pure fun, and then like
organic meeting.
Yeah. It was just crazy. And then someone sent me, I guess there's this movie where like it's like an older gray-haired guy, and like the girl walks by in the casino, and he just like breaks his neck, and it's like, who is this? And like they sent that later and was like, you and this guy or whatever, and I'm like, dude, it really
Yeah.
That reminds me of,
and then we've been
like,
together since. So it was crazy.
It's not the same, but Pretty Woman almost.
Yeah, it's similar. Yeah. Like
the outfits are probably similar.
Less clothes, more heels. No, but yeah, so it was just like very, very, and I felt like the guy that I went with, it was already like forced, like I didn't want to go. I was like, oh, I'll just go to like have something to do, you know?
Yeah.
And then it ended up like leading me to something that I was like truly genuine. So yeah.
Sucks for the guy you were with though.
He's a great guy.
Nice guys finish last.
Nice guys do finish last. I 100% think that, and I feel bad, but they finished last for me, not for every.
I think they finished last last for me.
Think of like a nice church
majority.
girl.
Majority.
Like a church girl, someone who wants to
nice
get married.
Yeah.
I don't want to get married. I'm not a church girl, this, that, and the other. Like, I'm not a normal woman. Like, I'm not meant for that.
Why don't you want to get married?
Why do I not want to get married? I think that different stages of life, we should be with different people. And I feel like I've had multiple people that I've been truly in love with that I've spent different phases of my life with. And I feel like, I think it's bullshit truly that one person is for someone for the entirety of their like life. Which my parents have been married for like almost 40 years. I still would not want what they have.
You wouldn't.
No.
What makes you say that?
Because I see my mom sometimes takes not the high road, but she gets less of a say, or she can't be her own self or her person for it to be like, to keep everything at bay.
Yeah.
I will never be submissive.
Yeah.
I would never be how my mom is to my dad. Like, that's just it. My mom's great. My dad's great. Like, I have a great family.
Yeah.
All my siblings, everyone, like, I could never talk ill about them. I'm not like that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't feel the same way that she feels.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like she even reaches out to me and tells me what she's feeling, but like, go reach out to your husband, bro. My sister too. My sister's in a happy marriage, like, kind of like Josh, waited till marriage, everything, like, was the best Christian person she could be. And she'll call me and tell me things that I would not put up with. So it's like, why can't women have a say? It's not truly equal. Like, unless it's a man who says, we're equal.
Yeah.
If you try to be any more sort of dominant than equal, then that's not equal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes me sad. Oh my God, I can't imagine someone living in like, you can't be your true self if someone has like the say or the hold over you, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think when it comes to marriage, it's all about what's your motive? Like, why are you getting married?
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of marriages fail and a lot of relationships are failing, because people are not thinking about what is the goal here. Do we have the same long-term vision for life and for relationships? Because if me and you start dating and we don't ever discuss the fact that you don't really believe in marriage and I do, but maybe I don't really know why I do. I just want to get married.
Yeah.
And then, like, we might end up dating for 6 years, and then I'm like, why won't you marry me? And you're like, I never wanted to do that. And I'm like, what do you mean? We've been you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, so many people,
Yeah. No, for sure.
they're not on the same page with what they want.
Right.
When it comes to our relationships and marriage specifically, you have to have the same purpose. You have to have the same vision. You have to get in relationships with other people who think that way, where you think a relationship is for how can you benefit me in this season of life. People like your parents or your sister do not believe in that. They believe in a biblical version of marriage.
True.
Marriage truly originally is a religious thing.
Yeah, of course.
And it's become something that culture has adopted.
Yeah.
Which is part of the problem. I think, again, going back to what's the motive, because you're assuming that other people have the same motive that you do.
But I've even been with guys who are like, I don't want to be married. I don't want to be married. And I'm kind of like, oh, I want to be married. I want, like, it's in the back of my head, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the second I say, I don't want to be married, it's something different. It's, oh, now,
it makes them like, yeah.
It's now the girl, oh, now you're scared. Oh, you're scared I'm giving you what you're giving me?
Yeah.
That's, you're having an issue with what you've told me for 2 years? Make that make sense.
Yeah.
Why is a woman's perspective less than a man? So
Yeah.
that's why I think I'm going to say what I want and do what I want and this, that, and the other. And I don't think that I think marriage is for everyone. I don't.
It's weird. It could not even be the truth. And you could be like, I don't want to get married. And they'll be like, oh,
Like,
like,
just, destroy their
yeah,
No,
let
and
me, I'm going to make this girl marry me because it is
yeah,
the
now
chase.
I'm like, I'm not playing
chase.
mind games.
Yeah.
I don't want something that you thought I wanted and now I don't. It's not like the chase. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, no, I'm now giving you what you
Matching
gave
your
me.
energy.
Yeah. You want to talk big, let me talk big. And then it's an issue. That's
Yeah.
not right. But again, I think that maybe I haven't met the right person, or the person that I did see myself with, it's not an option anymore. So I'm just like, check, that's not for me.
Yeah.
So that could be.
But you're
Probably.
also, maybe you're open because, like you said, different relationships are different in each season. So you might be 60 and then change your mind and want to be
Yeah.
with
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know for sure. I'm not like close off, but I'm not like, again, like how we had the first thing, like she wants the wedding, she wants the man, she wants the commitment. Like I do not want
Yeah.
the man, the wedding, the commitment. Like
Yeah.
that's just it.
Yeah.
Am I a lesbian?
And maybe. No.
That look. No, I know. I'm not. No offense. I love.
But yeah, that goes into kind of like the dominant woman topic we had on the episode with Josh, which was why are dominant women less desirable to men? And we kind of talked about how being someone who's a very dominant personality or a dominant woman, meaning you take care of yourself, you provide for yourself, you have your own career, maybe you are a single mom, like you are the sole provider for your own self and you have this own strong sense of identity, and how being that way can be off-putting towards other single men. And so I feel like that's kind of what you touched on it a little bit with what you just described of like, now that I'm giving you the same dominance and the same energy that you're giving me, now we have a problem.
Yeah, like we'll keep that same energy. No, I just feel like I don't know. Like I dated men in also like the Middle East, which is like culture. So like I also get a cultural thing because that's just the way they were raised and things like that. But that's why it never works out with me when I go to the Middle East, because if someone says something to me like do this or do that or this, that, and the other, or you should look this way or dress this way or this, that, and the other, like I don't think anyone should have a say about how I feel other than if you're being supportive or making me feel nice, like whatever. So we always go head to head, like just the main things I'm thinking about. But I feel like if there's someone who's still dominant, who will give a little is the best, because you just kind of give your reasoning and then they're like, think about it, and like, maybe you are right on this one.
Yeah.
Like it's very a give and take. And then the ones who don't say anything, you're just going to like steamroll if you're a dominant person.
Yeah.
And then also to piggyback on that, if you're a dominant person, have your shit together as a woman. What do you need a man for other than to uplift you, support you, be fun, be kind, be, have fun with, take them out with you. Like you truly don't need someone else except for that genuine love, affection, softness that a man can bring to a woman.
Yeah.
So when you're dominant, you know what you want because you already have everything else. What are you here doing? Like,
Yeah.
it's a special type of person for people who are dominant women.
Yeah. I think
For sure.
and this is a cultural thing, American men live in their ego. Like their ego is their identity, which for any human being, that's a horrible way to be. Like that's not going to get you anywhere. People are not going to like you. You're not going to like yourself deep down. Like it's just not going to get you where you want to be in life. And that is like a huge thing for men, specifically American men. And I think it holds it's like stifling the dating culture because there are so many dominant women now, like we talked about in the episode, because we went out, we got careers, and we didn't get married when we were 22, and here we are. Like, there's three of us sitting right here. And they haven't caught up. Like, they're going to have to let their ego down and change their perspective to kind of what you just said of not how can I serve this woman in the sense of how can I provide for her financially and protect her as far as safety and be a father to her children. Like, that may be the case for some people, but it's not the case for all, or if not the majority.
Right.
And so you have to change your mindset of how can I serve this woman in the current day and age that we are living in. So it's probably not going to be financial. Maybe you can think of adding to her financial life. Like, if I were to be with a man who makes any decent income, he's still adding to my life. He's giving me a more luxurious life, a more stable, a more comfortable life. Maybe I don't have to work quite as hard. And then just his presence, his self, allows me to not have to be dominant when I come home. You know, I can be soft. I can let you cook. I can let you clean. I can let you make the plans for the trip or whatever it is. But guys, it's like, I feel like a lot of times they get this one-track mind of like, I have to show her how much I can provide, how much I can take care of her, how much I can, you know, do this and do that. And I think it all comes from a place of ego.
Yeah.
And like, if with you,
or just like,
a guy with an ego in a relationship with you, he's not going to last 5 minutes.
No, we literally like are boxing. Like,
I don't know if I put off something, but the past two guys I dated, they have definitely been like, I make good money, but like, I'm not like
a millionaire.
I'm not like making 7 figures, or like I'm not to that, like, you know, super loaded. And I'm like,
it's the dripped in Chanel for them.
But
shout out DH getting
right.
I mean, I've been on dates, like, specifically this guy that, like, I thought he was the love of my life, makes really good money. He's a doctor. And, like, on our first date, after a few drinks, I know he was thinking about it the second he saw me, but after a few drinks, and he was like, that's a really nice bag. And I have, like, a really nice Louis Vuitton bag that I just have. And he's, like, staring at it, like, looking at me, looking at the bag. And he's like, so, like, did you buy that? And I'm like, yeah. I was kind of like, my head, I was like, I didn't even think, I wasn't thinking what he was thinking. I'm like, what do you mean, did I buy that? Did I steal it? Like, of course I bought it.
Right.
But he's thinking, did somebody else buy that?
Are you a sugar baby?
And just the look on his face, I'll never forget that, because it clicked for me later that he was now putting 2 and 2 together, and he just learned something about me that he was not expecting to learn. And needless to say, that relationship didn't work out.
But he's a doctor, so we can put him in the lineup for Brittany.
But now,
are you single, sir?
Funny enough, now after me, he got in a relationship with somebody who really actually did need him. Like, she is a single mom of 2 grown kids, and she, as far as I know, just kind of has like an average job. I mean, he is absolutely providing. So I think, for whatever reason, that's what he wants.
There are some guys that definitely want to provide. They want to be the providers, and I've gotten that sense from them. And they've told me before, like, you're intimidating. You know, you were raised by an intimidating woman, and you emulate exactly how she is, and so you're going to continue that. Yes.
Tell you that. Oh my God, your mom, her mom. Swear, like,
2 peas in a
women
pod.
CEO, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just dominant women who will not put up with like, and tell y'all what's best for you, and then that's your track, you know.
So how, in the last 2 like serious relationships you had, what was the dynamic there? Like, did they make more than you? What did that look like?
Yes, made more than me, was more financially stable than me. Both.
But wasn't local one of them, right?
Yeah, because I'm going to say the one was a 6-year one and the one was the 4-year one. But yes, both were more so of they were paying for the trips. They were, you know, they knew that they had that. Like, yes, I would maybe pay for something or whatever, but no, they were the more so financial ones.
The coffee on the
trip.
The coffee. Some gas station snacks. But no, they were, you know. But then the 6-year one, when it ended, he made a list of things that he wanted to change, like before it broke and it was done.
About you?
About the relationship.
Why
And
did I just hear this exact same story yesterday?
An
really,
Excel spreadsheet or
Yes.
what?
no, wrote it down.
Someone that she was with for 5 years, at the end of the relationship, made a list of things about her or about the relationship or both that he didn't like. I mean, things about like
Give me the
But he
list.
wanted to change. It
Give
was
me
like,
the list, and I'm shoving it up your.
It was like be engaged by 2019. Smoked cigarettes at the time,
long
and it
and
was
gone.
like
2019, 2024.
and I stopped smoking cigarettes, but it was like Brittany stopped smoking cigarettes.
It was like a thing.
Spend more time with his dog.
What?
Yeah, spend more time. And then his things were him stop going out so much, him stop using drugs, him stopping.
I'm calling the police. Who is this man?
Brittany share expenses, which I agreed. I needed to, if we were really going to build a life together, like why would I not be sharing expenses? But at this time, I didn't pay rent. I lived at home. I was just finishing my graduate degree. Like, I wasn't
Master's degree, baby.
like, I wasn't,
Yeah.
I didn't know what bills were. He was paying my cell phone bill. So yeah.
AT&T be robbing us.
Dude,
Yeah.
mine's like $350 for like me and I'm like, bruh. I'll have my
Yeah.
mom's watch, but whatever.
So,
Merry Christmas.
he was definitely supporting, but we were competitive with each other, and I found it a healthy competition.
Oh, really?
We were both, I graduated 6 months before him, like undergrad, and I got a big girl job, and it took a minute for him to get a big boy job, but he's super smart, and we were like this, cat and mouse, and I was like, you making more than me, like that's not cool. So healthy competition, I wanted to make more than him, and then more and more, and yeah. So I feel like I've always had this kind of a healthy competition with anyone I date. I don't undermine me and think I'm gonna like not be as successful as you. I want us both to be successful, but I think we could do a healthy competition as to who's gonna be more successful.
Yeah.
So
That's something I've been like just trying to figure out in my own head of like what, and I guess it's a little bit trial and error, but like what should I be going for? Because I'm like, I've had these guys who they can't handle it, like they think it sounds great, looks great, oh she's successful, she holds her own, I don't have to hold her hand through life, and then they get into it and they're like, I don't like this.
Because a successful woman is a busy woman. There's
Yeah.
less time for
But
you.
you know what?
Woman.
Someone also told me, a coworker told me to go against what you usually date. Someone told her to do this, and she said it's kind of worked out. So for me, when I'm on the dating app, I swipe a hard left, a hard no on anyone that, sorry, no offense, is a teacher, is a firefighter, is a cop, because y'all don't make enough money. So I don't want to support you.
Hey.
But he could be like a great
I'm sure he is
a great
guy,
provider,
yeah.
a great lover, like you have no idea.
Yeah.
And so why wouldn't I give them a chance just because of their
money.
occupation? Just because of their money?
No, I'm
But
saying,
then money doesn't buy happiness at the
no,
end of the day.
but I'm saying that's
right?
what you're saying is if they're a firefighter, teacher, like
Yeah.
first responders, look, first responders, please subscribe.
Right. Yeah.
No, I mean, I feel like that's a whole group of people that sometimes are great people, have multiple things going on as well.
Yeah.
Because what if
Yeah.
they're doing this, that, and the other,
They could have
and they
side
happen to be a
gigs, you never
firefighter?
know.
Yeah.
But
a lot
I'm-
of those people do
have their own
multiple
business,
things, 'cause
have
they'll
this,
work
that-
like 3 12-hour shifts.
Yep,
and then
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you want to be judgy, bitch.
I don't think it's about. To me, honestly, it has nothing to do with the money itself, like the money and what comes with it. To me, that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the dynamic that comes with the balance between how much money I have and how much money you have or don't have.
Yeah.
Like, and how that affects how they look at us,
Right.
and how that affects our lifestyle. Like you were
Yeah.
saying, someone who's busy, someone who you're going to have to be okay with the fact if I can't talk to you for 4 hours in the middle of the day and not think
Right.
that's a problem. You know, if I'm meeting with clients, like, I'm sorry, but my
She's
money,
checking the clock.
You know,
Sometimes, but actually, if a guy is the first guy, if he texts me too much during the day, I was like, "Don't you have a job? Like, what are you doing?"
There's no winning with Brittany.
Yeah, there is no winning,
I
honestly.
mean, there's
But
gonna be
I-
moments where my money's coming before you. You're calling me or texting me while I'm meeting with the
Yeah.
client and my paycheck is on the table. I'm sorry, but you're getting rejected.
Yeah.
Deny call, forward call. Like, you're just going to have to wait.
Right.
And I really think that there's some guys who truly, deep down, can't handle that. They might act like they're okay with it, or might even act like they like it at first.
Mm-hmm.
But when push comes to shove, it with their ego.
Yeah.
I feel like it depends on the guy. It depends on the communication level he wants. It depends on the man because, like, with that being said, any man with money, we could say, let's book tickets. I went on a first date and booked tickets to St. Lucia with someone, flying first class.
On a first date?
First date.
What?
First date. I met him through a work friend, and they were like, he's good people. He's friends with my friend's husband, and was like, he has money, da-da-da. And, like, we were just, like, around, da-da-da. My friend's a travel agent, booked us 2 tickets. It was our first date to St. Lucia. Out.
Did you go?
Yes. What the
You crazy.
Helicopter ride, this, that, the other. We flew first
up.
class, like, everything. Why not? A date in the islands?
Yeah.
I won't pass up a good time, so
That's true.
whoever wants to fly me overseas.
Everyone's take her on vacation.
DM, yeah.
He's,
He ain't coming. He can
stay at home.
Jesus. So was there anything on the episodes that we've had so far? So I met with Trey, and we talked about ghosting.
I love Trey. Shout out Trey Pickney.
Coach P. What did we call him? Freaky P. That's his nickname.
Look. Pusha P.
He's gonna come for you.
Josh, I need law school, that, so I'll be hitting you up.
Yes.
Oh yes, law school attendee. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So we did part 1 and part 2 with Josh. So was there anything on any of those episodes, or even the story time we did with my friend Blakely, that y'all like had heated opinions on, and that you liked or disliked, or like anything you remember that you wanted to comment on?
The conversation with Josh about the what are we, and like it's like going to like scare them off, or I kind of agreed with him. I kind of thought I agreed, and then I like kind of, I don't know, disagreed, but I agreed where he was like, yeah, I think it shows like she's going to, that's, showing how she's going to be the rest of the relationship. I think there's a certain femininity that like women should keep in relationships. So I agree with what he said, that it's kind of like, you're...
He was like, are you ever going to let me like choose what I eat for lunch?
Right.
Like they just kind of jumped to that conclusion.
Yeah. I took it as good advice.
I think whenever there's like stereotypes or stigmas, there's always some ounce of truth to them. So like there's obviously a stigma that if women ask what are we, that they're like clingy and overbearing.
Yeah.
And
Needy,
there must be some sense of truth to that, as far, at least from the man's perspective.
Right.
I think for the loyal people, it's about what they're going to put their trust in. For me, I would never ask that in 10 million years.
Really?
Never once. Never, ever, ever. I am seeing how much time we're spending to determine.
Right.
Are we going out on Saturday? Are we doing what on Sunday? Are we having family dinner on this, that, the other? Like, are you meeting my kids? Then I can see, but I would never.
But even then, you're not asking what are we. You already
never
know.
Never once have I ever in my 30 years
It shows
of life.
insecurity in a woman, I think, and that's not attractive for a woman to be like, what are we?
So if you're ever thinking, what are we? Or if you're like,
I've never thought that.
You have to have, there has to be like that in-between phase where you're like, okay, is it, like you're thinking about where is this going, or like, what are we doing? Do you just hold it back and you're like, well, let's just continue to see?
I think in due time will tell. I'll never, especially over text where someone could plot, make a thing, have time to like say what they're going to say. I would never say words that can get people to where I can't read your face. I can't see your body language. I can't, like, I'd be like, hey, like, I'm just mainly thinking about like engagement. Like, are we something serious enough to like go to the next level? But I don't think with talking or dating, I would ever say, what are we? I think it would have to be in person, me talking to my spouse or my partner or whatever about what are the next steps of our lives. Not what are we, because we've been texting for 2 weeks. You're nobody. I'll never see you again.
Well, like say like
it can't be.
You wouldn't be curious to know if they were seeing anyone else.
No, because I'm seeing 5 people while they're seeing one.
She has a roster.
Yeah, well, you're a special.
Yeah.
Special
But that is someone dates multiple people, like a woman who dates multiple people, or a man who dates multiple people. The man who's dating 5 girls isn't asking each girl, what are we?
No.
So why can a woman not dating 5 men not say what are we? We don't give a
I mean, that's definitely true. I think it more so comes down to the women who are like at a point where they're looking for marriage, like they're dating with the intent of marriage. And so then you have to, like, if you get to a point where in your mind you're like, I see this long term, like I think this guy checks all the boxes, and you're like,
I feel like the next step for that would be like, are we exclusive?
well, that's
Like,
the same thing.
Same question.
I mean, yes, but like in person, just saying like, hey, I want to just see where your head's at. I don't know. I think texting, like, I don't like any serious
But
conversation
even on
over
a
text.
text,
I have
even
an
in
issue.
person, just the question period. What are we? Are we exclusive? Are
I
you seeing
feel
anyone
like
else
it would have
in
to
person?
be months. I would maybe ask that at 3 or 4 months for me. But I'm not seeing the same guy probably every week. Like, that's the thing. If you have a roster,
You're like, or check on the calendar. Okay, it's the time to ask.
they're
this
working,
guy.
they're overseas, they're this, they're traveling. But no, I don't know. I just feel like I personally have maybe asked it with the guy that I was with for 5 years if we had something a little bit more serious than living together and being together.
Yeah.
I've never asked anyone I've talked to that ever in my entire
I think
life.
it's very mixed reviews. I don't think there's one right answer. I even put a poll on my story a couple days after that episode came out, and there were a few guys who said, no, it's not going to scare him off. So, I mean, that right there is at least proof that there's some guys who don't think that.
Clear intentions. They don't want to waste their time. I think
Yeah.
there's no problem in that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think...
Also, I've lived by this. What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
You know, like if you're not, you know, what do you have to lose?
I think as the woman, if you get to the point where you feel like you need to ask that question, he has already dropped the ball, because unless you're literally a psycho and you're trying to ask that after like 2 days,
Yeah.
which that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about rational people,
Right.
Then he has already shown weakness. He's already shown like lack of intention, because he should have brought that up before you even had the opportunity to feel insecure about it.
Right.
And then if you get to the point where you're feeling so insecure that you work yourself up the courage to ask, then he's probably wasting your time. Mm-hmm. Because the answer's probably not going to be what you want to hear.
Yeah.
At least from my experience.
No.
They might say yes or beat around the bush or give some vague answer because maybe they don't want to lose you.
Mm-hmm.
But if the answer was a hard yes, I see you as wife material, you wouldn't have had to even ask.
Right.
That's my personal opinion in like an ideal situation.
Or
And
like-
Josh did kind of hit on that.
Even if they tell you, I want end goal for them, like I want to be married just as you do, I want to be engaged just as you do, I want to have a family just as you. Like, I feel like that would be reassuring women who are curious about the what are we. Like, it's about what the man is going to tell you what their goals are as well, because then you're like, oh, if our goals align, then maybe we can be on the same track together versus one's over here, one's over here.
Sometimes they can be saying it without saying it. So like guy number 3 kind of asked me like, oh, would you, like, you know, he does investment properties kind of thing, rental properties. And he has a ranch, and he was like, would you like be interested? Like, would you live there? Could you build a life there? Like, could you live there? Could we build this dream home, and could you live there, raise kids there? That's him asking, what are we in a way? Like, I see you're here, like, but like, this is what I, like, can you, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Yeah. I just need chickens and little pigs and whatever.
I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom.
No. Can do remote law stuff, you know,
I want to
whatever.
have chickens and be a lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. I want to have my own eggs and, you know, put all
your eggs
put
in
all
one
my eggs in
basket.
that
Look,
basket. Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I think it's really not a one size fits all, to be honest, which I hate that. I'm somebody who I like answers. I like to know why. I like to understand why people do the things they do, so that I can like create a formula. Like, I like philosophy and math, and you put those together, and if you like, that will just drive you crazy if you're dating or like in relationships, because
Yeah.
it just doesn't ever play
You're like,
out.
at this point of this, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You should do math and fun.
Math and fun. Yeah.
So a closing question for everybody is, what is something you regret or would do differently in your dating past?
Not having control of my emotions. I think it's been the sabotage to a lot of things, and relationships would have ended differently.
Yeah.
I probably would be married with a couple kids right now in a house if I had emotional control. So I think you for a woman, you have to have control of your emotions, control of just everything in order to have a successful relationship. So
yeah. I think a better word is like regulation.
Yeah.
'Cause you can't
Or awareness.
control-
Awareness.
Emotional awareness. Yeah.
Yeah. You truly
awareness.
can't control your emotions, especially
No.
as a woman.
Especially if someone's with them.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if you're on the roller coaster,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't control your thoughts,
Right.
but you can control what you do with them.
Yeah, your reaction to it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could second that.
Yeah.
That's hard, but
Right.
especially as a woman, which guys don't get, like, it's like you have this other
Not letting
entity,
someone
this
get the
other
best of
force.
you, basically. Don't let him see you sweat.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I think
Yeah.
it'd put me in a lot of different places in life if they didn't see me sweat.
Yeah.
They've seen me sweat. So yeah.
Lan.
Were you heavy armpit sweating?
No, just heart sweating.
What would I do differently in my past?
Or what do you regret?
I have no regrets because I don't think anyone should regret anything in life because it either taught you something or brought you something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think regret is a thing. Like, I
Yeah.
don't believe in that. But I will say something that I could maybe have done better or just been a little bit more aware of is I could have had everything that I was seeking at that time of the relationship with this person if I was maybe, again, more aware of how I was being negative, how I was being like the
Yeah.
red flag, how I was bringing chaos to something that shouldn't have maybe had chaos.
Right.
So
Just basically aware of
Yeah.
self-awareness, period.
or
Just
like
that I
going
was
to
not
therapy
self-aware.
to be like,
Yeah.
oh, this is underlining trauma from said this, said that, to
Yeah.
make what I had that was already beautiful, like successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody can apply that to their lives.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh of course.
Everybody.
Of course.
Yeah. How do y'all think that people, single men and single women, can benefit from watching? That's what he said.
They can benefit because we're funny as you'll have laughs. We're a good time.
It's good to hear their insight. It's good to know, oh, can I ask what are we? And you're going to run away. Or there's a different way to approach it. So I think
Yeah.
it's just the way we approach each other. We're getting assumptions over each other. So taking that assumptions out and just
Yes.
meeting each other raw and,
Right. That's truly the goal, is to like take the guessing and the assumptions out of dating and let's get real with where everybody is at right now.
Yeah.
'Cause so much has changed just within the last 5 to 10 years, and I feel like it's like these external circumstances, like online dating, like so many things that like us on the inside, we like don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Everyone's like grasping at straws, trying to like see what happens while trying to get their needs met, while trying to still pursue things the old-fashioned way. And it's just like there's all of this guessing, and on top of that, we don't think like men, and men don't think like us.
right.
It's an insight on the way the opposite sex thinks and their personality.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're two different people. We think two different things. Like,
Yeah.
it's all about the perception of what the reality is, like what everyone thinks about.
Yeah.
Just watch because we're all cute, bro. Follow me. No,
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, right.
you'll see me overseas tomorrow. You'll see.
Literally.
Yeah.
Red flag. I should have brought a red flag, wave it in front of your face. I'll add a little graphic.
You want to be ghosted.
No, add a graphic. Be like
Yeah.
Landri's red flag CEO 101.
Yeah, I'm like love.
Yes.
Just all love. Yeah.
That actually works out because y'all are like very different,
opposite.
but so many similarities at the same time. I love that.
No, yeah. I mean, we're close, and I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of things that I'm not openly dating. So when Brittany tells me stuff, I just give but it's also hard. Like, I would do stuff different than,
Right. Sometimes I take
it's-
her advice and I'm like, why did I even ask her? It's
Yeah,
that's
like
totally
it would be
not what I would
completely
do,
not what she
but-
needed.
Yeah.
And like, that's even with my sister. She'll ask me, what would I do or what this, that. And I'm like, nothing you would do.
Yeah.
We're two different people. Like, we're just two different personalities. Like,
Yeah.
it's two ends of the spectrum. Like,
Yeah.
you're over here, I'm over
But
here.
even
And
then, and that's part of what I want on the show is the diversity, because of me personally, like, I think you can always benefit from what somebody else says, whether they think the same way as you or not. Like, you might give this whole long spiel about why I should break up with my boyfriend, and I might not really connect with you on 99% of what you said, but there might be 1%, something that you said that resonated, that like flipped a switch in my head.
And it's also even like the whole ghosting thing. Like, I feel like if something hurts someone so bad, and then someone else hasn't really been, or someone else has ghosted and said their reason, that you're kind of open, like, oh, I never thought of that as being like, oh, you're communicative, whatever, communicative. So like, you just didn't do it because you don't like any sort of combativeness. Confrontation. Yeah. So like, for me, it's almost like I'm scared. I'm not going to communicate. So I'm not like this person. No, like, I literally cannot face my issues head on. Like, and that's the biggest thing with is like, he's like, we need to talk about it. We need to do this. We need to sit down. We need to be here. We need to talk. And I'm like, no, bro.
Run.
No, I'm like, I will not sit down. I'd rather literally slip both of my wrists than sit in a chair and speak what you feel, how you feel about me. Because also for someone who's like that, it feels like projecting. Like, you're telling me how I'm trying to do it or say, and that's not how I just don't like confrontation.
It's just
that's just it. Yeah, it brings me anxiety, gives me stress, this, that, and the other things that I don't feel every day.
Right.
Things that I don't feel like once a month.
Well,
I don't have anxiety. This, that.
Feel that.
Yeah, but some people like have anxiety and like deal with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or have it more often. If you have it once a year, it's too much.
Yeah.
For you to then think of some situation is gonna bring you that stress.
For me, it would alleviate my anxiety to talk.
That's how it is. And that's why it's very hard for us, like, because I would tell him, like, if we're going on silent days, bro, like, if we're going on days where we're silent and not talking, it'll be days, it'll be weeks. I can go just, I'll walk around this house, I'll blow dry my hair, I'll get ready, I'll go to work, I'll say, have a good day, see you when I see you.
Not me. Could go I don't like to go to bed angry. I want to lay all the cards on the table. No, I don't want to. I could never. Maybe.
I can never do that.
Yeah.
But it is a good perspective, because that reminds people, like, on the receiving end, that it's not always personal. Because the whole ghosting thing was so personal, like, to the point that it was like driving me to be depressed, because when they're not communicating with you, you don't know, so you make up stories and you make up assumptions about why.
I remember she was like, I don't know if he died, like, I reached out to his friends,
because
like, you were worried, like, you were genuinely concerned, because they were talking every day all day, and then gone.
Yeah, I remember.
And it's like, for me, I'd be like, what's
yeah,
what's this motherfucker?
Right. Yeah.
But it's just different. Like, I feel like you invested so much. You're like her. You invest so much of yourselves up front. I don't invest a lot of myself till we're months back.
We give people the benefit of the doubt until they prove us different or otherwise, basically.
And I trickle in until, like, we've been probably 6 months deep, and then actually be vulnerable. Yeah. I'll never be vulnerable before that.
I think there has to be a healthy balance.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I think everyone's different. Like, if I were to go to therapy or do this or do that, I'm sure I would be able to speak how y'all are saying, like, this helps relationships. Like, communicating is good.
Yeah.
But I don't, and I just don't. So, like, you know, so there's obviously, like, things that could help each person have a relationship be successful if they wish. But
for sure. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well, that's the show.
That's it.
Damn,
Yay.
we still mic'd up.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. It was fun.
Yes.
So much food.
So much
If you want to be on the podcast, send a DM.
Send an application.
Yes, an application. Exactly.
The pay is champagne.
If you think you're dateable and marriage material.
If you have anyone for Brittany on my right, 35.
I got
blonde.
a man right now.
34.
She has a number 3 right now. If you want to be the man that we're dropping names.
If you want to get on the roster.
I don't have a
I'm
roster.
trying to build her a roster.
Yeah, she's like, Brittany, you got to keep a roster. So is my mom. My mom says I need to keep a roster.
Me and your mom are the same. And it's a lot of work. It really is.
I do not have the energy for it. 3 dates, 3 different trying to schedule 3 different handshakes.
I don't want another man telling me have a great day. If I hear have a great day, I'm literally jumping off. Have a great day. Literally, get something better. Say, let's go get a tattoo, and I'm in.
Have a
There
great
you
day.
go.
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Not have a great. What?
Oh, I agree with that.
Hope to see you later.
I'm gonna
No.
have a great day no matter what the
Yeah.
you say.
I had a
Yeah.
great day before you breathe before you open them eyes.
That's true. I never thought about that.
Have a great day. Have a great day needs to be dead.
Yeah. Kill it.
Have a
Have
great
a
day
great
is
day.
we're about to get
Yeah.
a divorce, and that's the last straw. Have a great day.
Yeah. That's the last thing you're going to say to me.
Drive me off a cliff.
Now y'all know, fellas, don't have a
Don't
great
ever
day.
have a great day. These Houston bros.
No, not out here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe somewhere a little bit softer, but around here.
North Dakota. No,
Yeah.
wasn't North Dakota
I would
the
rather
crazy
somebody
one?
say, like, you know, I hope you avoid traffic today. Like,
Right.
I hope you get some iced coffee.
I hope
Or
you're having a great hair
something
day. I don't
valuable.
know.
Not
Something
even
like
that.
Email me for
Yeah,
some Starbucks.
dude.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Get your nails done. $500. Come
Have a
on.
great day. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be like,
If
I
you're
would
interested in me having a great day, absolutely. Send me $5 to go get a
make
Starbucks
it
and be
great.
like, yeah.
add a 0 on the 5. Add 2
Actions.
zeros for me.
less words, more action.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in to today's episode of That's What He Said. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope you're taking away something valuable that will benefit your dating life. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please give this show a follow, rate, and review. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like this video, and most importantly, comment below because I want to hear what you said. See you next time.